वो नहीं दिखता है यार, क्या हो गया?
Mr. Javed Ahmed and Engineer Abid Amin. Please start the session, sir. Please.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Good evening, all the participants. Is my sound audible to everyone?
Yes, you are audible. Please continue.
Okay, sir. First of all, I am very thankful to all the participants who participated today in this webinar. And let me give the warm welcome to our esteemed guest of honor, Mr. Surya Kant Sharma from our team, Ilena Technologies Private Limited, Kulgam, Jammu and Kashmir. Shri Surya Kant Sharma sir is a senior consultant of Association of Mutual Funds in India and former Director General Manager, Securities Exchange Board of India, and is the keynote speaker in the webinar. At the outset, touched upon the importance of financial security of India. Surya Kant Sharma is a commerce graduate and master's in law with specialization in corporate law. He is also Chartered Associate of Indian Institute of Banking and Finance. Shri Sharma has over 35 years experience in banking and finance and securities market and had initially served as a leading financial institution, thereafter in Department of Financial Services, Ministry of Finance, Government of India, and finally in SEBI. Shri Sharma joined Securities and Exchange Board of India in 2003 and served in SEBI for more than 16 years in different departments of SEBI. Lastly, in addition to other assignments in SEBI, he was in charge of Officer of Investor Awareness and Education in SEBI's Northern region for more than 5 years. And in this period, more than 15,000 financial literacy Yes. Shri Sharma was also a member of working group of NCERT for developing vocational course on mutual funds for students of 10th and 12th classes. Shri Sharma is also a recipient of Excellence Award from a leading trade body for promoting mutual funds in India. Shri Sharma is also a mentor of a few NGOs working for financial literacy and investor awareness in the country. A warm welcome to our esteemed guest of honor, Mr. Surya Kant Sharma from our team, Ilena Technologies Private Limited, Kulgam, Jammu and Kashmir. We are excited to have you join us for this insightful webinar of financial empowerment through wealth creation. Financial empowerment through wealth creation refers to the process of gaining control over our finances and building wealth through various strategies such as investing, saving, and generating multiple streams of income. It involves making informed financial decisions, setting goals, and taking steps to increase our net worth over time. By focusing on wealth creation, individuals can improve their financial well-being and achieve greater financial freedom. Let's make it a valuable and empowering session for all. At last, being an advisor of Ilena Technologies Private Limited, I would like to call Mr. Surya Kant Sharma sir to start the session. Mr. Surya Kant Sharma sir.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon to all of you. Am I audible to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr.
Yes,
Javed Ahmed. Thank you, Mr. Javed Ahmed, for giving me opportunity to be with all of you today. I can see young faces like you
Thank you, sir.
for the bright future of our country. And I hope that you will lead the Kashmir. You will lead the Kashmir in next 25, 30 years. And Kashmir will prosper like anything. Because Kashmir, you will appreciate, J&K has got everything. Everything. And
Yes,
I am confident that people like you who will be leader of tomorrow will steer it clear to a prosper Jammu and Kashmir. So my best wishes to all of you, all young participants, and I'm more than happy that this is the program is being organized, Mr. Ahmed, under World Investor Week program. We are celebrating World Investor Week across globe, including in India. And the purpose of such program or such week is to sensitize and make agile the young investors, young people who have already just started earning or just on the verge of started earning, those who are students as well. And I'm hopeful that majority of the participants have already started earning and are with you. That is why this program is more relevant to all of you. One thing I want to tell all of you, my dear friends, that money plays a very, very important role in our life. We all need money. For everything we need money. Khuda is there, Bhagwan is there. But ultimately, Khuda or Bhagwan, Mr. Javed, I feel personally has sent you on the earth to work and work hard. Not only for yourself, but also for the humankind, for humanity. That is why we have got bigger role to play in our society, particularly those who are educated.
Yes.
And you will appreciate that money plays very, very, because without money, we can't do anything, very honestly speaking. Even for managing our personal affairs, we need money. And for managing your company, you will appreciate you need money. And for managing society as well, for doing social work also, we need money, and rather huge money. And that money is needed, Mr. Javed, not in one go or one time. We need money every time, every month, every year throughout our life. So needing money has to be appreciated by all of you. Because once we appreciate that we will need money, naturally there will be way out where we can see how we can have money. And my program today, Mr. Ahmed, will more focus on personal finance, individual finance. Yes. And one more thing I want to add here, that my program might not supplement how you can earn money. That is not honestly my domain. My domain is different. That is second step, how I can manage money which I am earning. Because that is equally important. And unfortunately, most of the middle class, salary class person, Mr. Ahmed, hardly give credence to the aspect that how I can efficiently manage my money. What they're thinking is earn more money, get promotion, increase your salary, increase profit in business, increase in professional. So we are more focused on earning money. But my dear friends, my focus is how your money can make money. how your money can make money. And I feel personally, Mr. Javed, earning money is the first step. Of course, without earning money, what you will do? So earning money is the most important thing. But when we earn money, Mr. Javed Ahmed, you will agree with me that a majority of our normal income, and I am more focused on middle class, salary class person, Mr. Javed. So majority of our income will go into taking care of our regular expenses, monthly expenses. But Mr. Javed, you might remember, you might have seen your parents, your grandparents, how they have saved money. Because saving is in our blood. It is in our DNA. Our earlier generations have saved like anything.
Yes.
Because it is in our blood. And Mr. Javed, you should be proud of the fact that we Indians are still one of the best savers in the world.
Yes, sir.
Yes, we are. Irrespective of caste, creed, religion, I'm putting together every citizen in the country. And we Indians are still one of the best savers in the world. But unfortunately, Mr. Javed, we are the worst investors. Savers, we are no comparison of ours. We are the best savers in the world. But when it comes to investment, we are the worst investors. Is to sensitize young people like you, my dear friends. Earning is important, of course it is. But please do give due importance and attach due to the investment aspect also. Mr. Ahmed, your money will make money for you. And I keep Mr. Javed that first thing I want to tell all of you, great saver. You should save as much as you can, but not compromise your life or your enjoyment. I'm not saying that. But at the same time, you should be very serious that you should be a good saver. And three things I want to tell all my young participants here about saving. The first and foremost thing, Mr. Javed, and these are the things which we committed mistake. Very honestly speaking, I'm admitting before all of you that I did blunders in personal finance management. And Mr. Javed, I am sharing my mistakes to you.
Yes, sir.
So that you can learn from my mistake that what I did, you should not do. You means all participants.
Yes, sir.
So the first thing I want to tell all of you is start saving right from the first month when you start earning. Normally, Mr. Javed, we are casual in the first 3-4 years. I let it be, enjoy my life. I should enjoy my life. I should have to do this thing, that thing, that like one or other thing. So in the initial years, we are not so serious about saving, but that's a blunder, my dear friends. I want to request all of you, gone is gone. Today is 15th of October, Mr. Javed. And from November onwards, I want a promise from all of you. And that promise is really close to my heart. And the promise is, I will save money right from the next month and come what may. So first, I should start saving right from the first month when I start earning. Second thing I want to request all of you, I should be regular in saving, Mr. Javed. We also started saving some time in between. But somehow the importance lost. 1 month we saved, next month we just forgot. Again, 3-4 months of I remember, oh Baba, saving is important. Then again started saving. I was not regular in saving. But second thing I want to request all my friends, all my participants here, please be regular in saving. Come what may. Of course, life will keep changing every month, Mr. Javed. Circumstances will keep changing. But come what may, I will continue saving. Amount might differ from month to month, depending upon the circumstances. But one commitment I have made is that I will save regularly. The second thing is be regular in saving. And third and last thing I want to tell all my friends and participants, keep increasing your saving with the increase in your income, Mr. Javed.
Yes, sir.
That's equally important. And you will appreciate that our income will keep increasing when you are in service. Mr. Javed is advisor to a company, so definitely company will be doling out some incentives, some increment every year. So our income will keep increasing. So with the increase in income, we should also increase our savings. And a thumb rule is there. Of course, it is a thumb rule, but again, it depends on you and your increasing minimum saving every year. Suppose this year you are saving 1,000 a month. Next year, Mr. Javed, it should be 1,100 rupees a month. And third year, it should be 1,210 rupees. This incremental increase is going great benefits for you. So again, I repeat three things, very small things. And some of you even might be knowing it, definitely. But just for the sake of systematizing putting the things before you, start saving right from the first month, be regular in saving, and keep increasing your saving with the increase in income. These three things, my dear participants, are going to change your life forever. I can tell you. Not today, not tomorrow, but down the line after 10, 15 years, you will realize what I have sold, what I have saved. After 20 years, you might not remember my name even. But the words which I have just conveyed to you will always echo in your mind. And if it echoes, please implement and execute these things in your life. So first thing, I have told you, we have to be a saver. Second thing, which comes in your mind, what to do with the savings? And I think, Mr. Javed, that is very natural. That
Yes, sir.
whatever I am saving, okay, saving is okay. I am saving and I will say, what to do with the savings which I am making every month? Mr. Javed, there are two options available, and not to you, but all of us. The first thing is I am religiously saving. But what foolishly I am doing, I am keeping my saving in a box at home, rather sometime even secretly. And that was the blunder of our last generations. They were saving, but they were just keeping the saving in a box at home or in kitchen boxes. And you might remember, Mr. Javed, when our Prime Minister announced all of a sudden and demonetization in 2016, could you remember from where the maximum money came out? From the kitchen boxes of your mother, of your wife. Why? Because they were savers. Saving was
Yes.
in their DNA. But they were not putting the saving into the purpose for which it is being saved.
Yes.
So please don't put your saving into a box at home or just keep it in currency form.
Yes.
Then naturally you will ask me, what is the option available? Yes, my dear participants, there is an option available for all of you. And that is, please put your savings into some products. And the process of putting your saving, Mr. Javed, into some product, one or other, we will discuss what the products are. Putting your saving into some products is called investment.
Yes.
And my dear friends, we all have necessarily to be investors. Without saving, you can't invest. Definitely, it is a fact. But you must not stop at saving. Saving is the first step, Mr. Javed, and investment is the second step. But you mind it, it is not secondary step, it is second step. And both first and second step are clubbed, are are interconnected with each other very deeply. In the sense that if you save and invest, only the result which you want out of saving will come into play. And what is that? Your money will start making money for you. And that's the only purpose of investment. Mind it. The purpose of investment is very simple. That my money should earn money for me. And Mr. Javed, I pray Allah Khuda that a one day will come in your life when you will start earning, you will start making more money out of an investment than your regular salary. It will happen. Definitely, I can give you confidence that it will happen in everybody's life, provided, Mr. Javed, that is very important. Provided you have been a good saver and you have been a good investor. So you have to be save and invest. But unfortunately, as I mentioned in the earlier, Mr. Javed, we were most of the middle class, salary class person, they were savers. They were not investors in real sense. And only through investment, Mr. Javed, I want to tell all of you, only through investment you will be able that your money makes money for you. That will be possible only through investment and real investment. But unfortunately, most of the middle class, salary class person, Mr. Abid, Amin, I think you are engineer by profession. I want to tell you that most of the middle class, salary class person have saved money. I am talking more of my generation, Mr. Abid, not of yours. I'm talking of my generation only. Most of us saved the money, but unfortunately, despite our saving, Mr. Amin, most of us just remain money accumulators in our life. We couldn't make money out of our investments, or we couldn't make money out of our money. That is why we always starved for money. We didn't enjoy our life comfortably, which otherwise we are entitled to. We had not money for our comfortable life even. We had no money even sometimes for taking care of our family obligations. We had to borrow altogether in between. There was a norm for the middle class, salary class person, because most of them were sheer money accumulators, despite saving and investment. And they didn't become wealth creators. And wealth creation simply means when you earn some real return on your investments. So what is difference between money accumulation and wealth creation, Mr. Javed? If you give me permission, I can take your name to give an example to all the participants. And the example is very simple, Mr. Abid. Suppose Mr. Javed has got 1 lakh rupees with him, and he goes for a bank FD, bank fixed deposit for a year. And the bank promises him to give 6% return on his FD of 1 lakh rupees. After 1 year, when we meet Mr. Javed and just ask him, sir, what happened to your FD? What answer Mr. Javed will give Mr. Amin? He will feel happy. He will say, I have earned 6,000 rupees as bank interest income on my FD, and bank has given back my money of 1 lakh rupees. That is his answer. And he's happy. He's enjoying with friends, celebrating with friends and colleagues. But Mr. Javed, you are wrong. And there I want to emphasize, please do listen what I am saying to all of you. Why Mr. Javed is not right? Because of two factors. The one factor, Mr. Javed, during 1 year when you had given your 1 lakh rupees money to the bank, one thing keep happening every day during the year. What was it? Mr. Amin, can you remember? Inflation. Inflation is part of our life. And what is inflation, my dear friends? Inflation is nothing but increase in the prices of goods, item, or services. And inflation has been part of our life when we were born, and inflation would be part of our life for next minimum 40-50 years. So inflation also kept increasing. What does it mean? Suppose the inflation during 1 year when Mr. Javed had gone for bank FD was 5%. What does it mean? It simply means that had Mr. Javed not gone for FD last year and could have purchased some items, some goods, or might have availed some services from that 1 lakh rupees, Mr. Javed, can you tell me, would you be able to get same items, same goods, and same services after 1 year at 1 lakh rupees?
No, sir. No, sir.
It will not be possible. We all know it very well. Because of inflation, prices of those items have increased. And suppose inflation has been 5%, what does it mean? It simply means that whatever Mr. Javed could have purchased last year at 1 lakh rupees for the same item, same goods and same services, my dear friends, Mr. Javed will have to pay not 1 lakh rupees, but 1 lakh 5,000 rupees after 1 year. Am I right, sir?
Yes, sir. Absolutely right, sir.
Now you see, sir, what I want to convey you. Now you see in reality, Mr. Javed, out of 6,000 which you earn and interest, in reality, 5,000 has been eaten by the inflation.
Yes, sir.
Normally, we don't go into such thing. Arey Baba, we are happy what we earn. Arey Baba, 6,000. Always we keep the number 6,000 in our mind. But my dear friends, 6,000 is not the real number, Mr. Javed. It's a notional return only. Out of 6,000, 5,000 has been eaten by the inflation. But still, Mr. Javed is happy. What he will answer? Okay, let it be, sir. Let it be 5,000 be eaten by the inflation. Still, I have got 1,000 rupees out of 6,000 rupees. Mr. Javed, again, you are not right. Because most of the return on investments, government of India takes taxes. Most of them. A very few return schemes are there which are tax-free and where we need not pay any tax. And in FD, Mr. Javed, the rules are very clear. Please, I want to make clear to all of you as well. Earning of a single penny even on FD, Mr. Javed, is taxable. No concession, no exemption. So on 6,000, you will need to pay income tax as per your slab. Suppose you are in 20% bracket, my dear friend, then you will need to pay 20% on 6,000 income tax as well. And Mr. Javed, now because of technology, you can't avoid it. You will know it very well. Earlier, the rule was same, Mr. Javed, but we were well aware, let it be, yaar, from where income tax people will come and collect this income tax. But now the scenario has changed, Mr. Javed. Because of technology, every financial system has been integrated. And the moment Mr. Javed get credit of 6,000 rupees interest in his bank account, Mr. Javed, income tax people will automatically be knowing it. So now you can't avoid it. You will have to pay tax on 6,000 as well. And suppose you are in 20% bracket, then you will have to pay 20% of 6,000 as income tax as well. What it becomes, Mr. Javed? 1,200 rupees. 1,200 rupees of 6,000. Now you see, Mr. Javed, you are, I think, you had given your permission to take your name, but now you might be repenting, Arey Baba, why I have given my name? Because in reality, my dear friend, out of 6,000, 5,000 had been eaten by the inflation, and 1,200 rupees you have to pay as income tax. Mr. Javed, did you get anything in reality?
Nothing, sir.
No, rather 200 rupees you have lost, my dear friend.
Yes, sir.
And that is a fact of the most of the middle class, salary class person. They hardly earn any real return on investment. Whatever they earn is real return, my dear friends. And I want to tell all of you, please open your eyes. Please listen what I am saying. That unless and until your return is inflation beating and tax beating, you are earning nothing in reality. And unless and until you earn in reality some return, you will not be creating wealth. You will simply be accumulating money. So choice is yours. You have to select out of it. If you want to be a person who is saver and investor, but getting nothing in reality, or you earn some real return on your investment. Suppose I take this example forward, Mr. Javed, and suppose the interest rate is 8%. Suppose in that scenario, you will get 8,000 as interest income. Suppose the inflation rate again has been 5% only, then out of 8,000, 5,000 will be eaten by the inflation. Again, 20% income tax on 8,000. then 1600 will be you will need to pay as income tax. But despite inflation of 5000 and tax of 1600, Mr. Javed, in the second scenario, you have a surplus of 1400, 8000 minus 5000 minus 1600. And my dear friends, this 1400 is your real income in the second scenario, is the real return. And only this 1400, I emphasize here, only this 1400 is going to make money for you in real terms. Notionally not, in real terms. That is why I keep emphasizing in my session, Mr. Javed, every investor should work hard to see that he earns some real return on all of his investments, or at least majority of it. But why? Why it had not been possible? Why we have been money accumulators only? Why we have not been able to make money out of our money in real sense? What was the reason, Mr. Javed? Have you given a thought to it? Yes, there is a reason, Mr. Javed. And the reason lies not somewhere outside, my dear friends. The reason lies in our mind. And I want you to open your mind, what I am saying now. We were very close-minded persons, individuals. No, Baba, no, we don't want to listen anything. That's all. Matter ends there. Whatever I am doing is right. But my dear friends, we were committing a mistake which you should not do. That's the purpose of these sessions. Whatever I have done wrong, I am telling to you very honestly, you should not do. Otherwise, you will be just like me, just like a money accumulator only in your life, which is not going to serve the purpose for which you save and invest. What is the reason that most of us were money accumulator, Mr. Javed? Yes, the reason is we were shy of taking any risk. Mr. Javed, we were very clear. Arey Baba, don't talk anything about risk. We don't want to listen anything. What we just want is safe investment. That was our prime motto of investment. No, Baba, no. My investment should be safe. I should not lose the money which I am investing. So we didn't even listen to the risk aspect. What to talk of taking risk? We were not even ready to listen about the risk. But my dear friends, I want to tell all of you, in investment, risk is there, whether you accept it or not. I have accepted very late. That's why I have paid a very dear cost for all these things. But nobody was there to guide me at that time. Nobody was there to handhold me on the right path. Fortunately, you are living in this Google era. Everything is available on the websites to understand. And please do spend time to understand the concept of saving and investment and real return. So you should understand risk. Because in most of the investment, my dear friend, I again repeat, risk is there. So once you are open-minded and want to understand the risks in investment, naturally you will be more agile and more aware about the risk aspect is management. And what is normal risk in investment, Mr. Javed? I might lose some money which I have invested. I might not earn some real return on my investment. Is also risk, my dear friends. So risk is there in investment. Please mind it. But you can manage your risk, Mr. Javed. For that matter, every individual can manage his risk in investment. Yes, everybody, I'm telling again, everybody can. How, Mr. Javed? I'm just sharing a two-word, very simple formula, two-word formula to all of you. Don't want to, no need to write on paper. Just keep in mind only. And Mr. Formula, Mr. Javed, is think, understand, and invest. सोच कर, समझ कर, निवेश कर in Hindi. Urdu tarjuma, if you want to give Mr. Javed, I would be grateful to participants. think, understand, and invest. What you will tell in Urdu? So think, understand, and invest is a mantra through which you can manage your risk. And how, and what you have to think about your investment decision, Mr. Javed. The first thing is, I have to think, what is my risk appetite? How much risk capacity I have got? And what is my risk-taking capacity? It is one and the same thing. So how much risk I can take, you should be very clear before taking any investment decision. And my dear friends, every individual has got different risk appetite. Mr. Javed has got different one. Engineers, Mr. Abid has got different one. Mahadevi has got different one. Mr. Sajid has got, everybody for that matter, has got different risk appetite. Why, Mr. Javed? Because number one, our income is different. Everybody has got different incomes. And second and equally important thing is, your family obligations are different. Some might have nucleus family, some might have relatively joint family, and some might even have large joint family.
Yes.
So every individual has got different risk appetite because of income and family obligations. And there one thing come out of it, Mr. Javed. We should never take investment decision looking at others. We should look at ourselves only. What is my risk appetite? And you should understand what is your risk appetite. And your all investment decision strictly should be as per your risk appetite only. And it is possible, because suppose there are one thing I want to tell all of you, there are plenty of investment products available in the market, Mr. Javed. Some have got least risk, some have got moderate risk, some have got more than moderate risk, and some have got very high risk. So products are available in the market for all categories of investors. Those who don't have any risk appetite, those who have got moderate risk appetite, those who have got more than moderate risk appetite, and those who have got large risk appetite. So products are available in the market. Selection of product is very, very important for you, strictly as per your risk appetite. And Mr. Javed, your risk appetite is not a constant factor in life. When you are young, Mr. Javed, you can take high risk. Rather, I encourage you to take high risk. I always keep encouraging youngsters like you, Mr. Javed, and your team. Please do take risk, because you are young. If you did some mistake, if you do some mistake tomorrow in investment, let it be. We all commit mistakes in our life. But you have got, Mr. Javed, age on your side. You can rectify that mistake and go it on, carry it on. But unfortunately, Mr. Javed, unfortunately, that luxury I don't have now. You will appreciate because of age. But you are very lucky. You are young. So I encourage you to take risk. But Mr. Javed, again, it should be a calculated risk. It should not be a blind risk. It should not be a blind risk. You should be very, very, very particular about knowing your risk appetite and the risk inbuilt in the product. And you should broadly try to match your risk with the risk of the product. And if broadly it matches, only then you should think of investing your saving into that. Otherwise, leave it. And one more thing I want to tell all of you, my dear friends, every product is good. I am neither recommending any product, or I am neither saying any bad product. Every product is good investment product. But Mr. Javed, what is good for you might not be good for me. And on the contrary, what is good for me might not be good for you, because our risk appetite is different. So please take a call on investment strictly as per your risk appetite. I think I have been able to make you understand the point which I wanted to make before you. Am I right, sir?
Yes, sir. Absolutely right, sir.
Now, the second thing we should think about is about a time horizon of investment. And Mr. Javed, that is equally important. Time horizon simply means, Mr. Javed, that I am saving and investing my money for a particular purpose. And if I don't have money for that purpose at the time, what is the use of saving and investment? Suppose you are investing in a product, Mr. Javed. Suppose, Mr. Javed, you have decided to go to Switzerland with the family after 5 years. But you are investing in a product which will give you return after 10 years. Product is good, no doubt about it. But when you have planning for after 5 years going to Switzerland, Mr. Javed, that product might not be able to fulfill your expectation of giving you return after 5 years because the product is of 10 years. So there will be mismatch. You will not be having money after 5 years to go for Switzerland. That is why second thing you have to think about is your investment broadly should be strictly as per time horizon of investment. And how it can be possible, Mr. Javed? It can be possible through your financial planning. And I want to request all of you, Mr. Javed, please do develop your financial plan. And financial plan, Mr. Javed, is not a rocket science. Damn easy thing. You can do it. If you permit, Mr. Javed, next week, next Sunday, I want to come to your home. Would you be able to allow me to come to your home?
Yes, obviously, sir. Most welcome.
You are a little bit hesitated, अरे बाबा जान ना पहचान बंदा सीधा बोला आने के लिए बोल रहा है.
No, sir. No, sir.
Don't worry in that way. I am not coming to your home, but Mr. Javed, next Sunday I want 1 hours of your. Would you be able to give me 1 hour?
Yes,
At your
sir.
home? Sit with your family next Sunday. Be serious what I am saying to all of you. And those who are earning, and for students to understand what I am saying, and those who are already earning, please do this next Sunday. Next Sunday, Mr. Javed, sit with your family. Take one paper, make 3 columns on the paper. First column, second column, and third column. In the first column, Mr. Javed, after discussions with the family, you just write down what are the major milestones in your life. Normally, what are the major milestones, Mr. Javed, in our life, particularly in the context of middle class, salary class persons, for which we will be needing huge money. The first thing is marriage, Mr. Javed, you will appreciate. For which we will be needing money. If you are already married, forget it. That milestone is gone. Then second milestone will be purchase of home or house for the family. That is very natural. Every family wants to have their own house, even when they might have parental house.
Yes.
But for that, you will need huge money, Mr. Javed. Third thing, definitely every family, very minimum thing nowadays, taking 4-wheeler, purchasing 4-wheeler. Again, not a big thing, but definitely you will be needing money for that. After that, Mr. Javed, again, new thing is happening in young generation like you, which were not the norm in my generation, that is going on vacation. Every family wants to go on vacation. You are in Kashmir and definitely you like to go to Rajasthan, Tamil Nadu, Andhra, West Bengal. And why in India only? Definitely your family will push you to go to USA, Switzerland, other countries. That is very natural. So vacation has also become very important nowadays. But for that, Mr. Javed, you will need money, very good money rather. Every time you go on vacation, you will need a lakhs of rupees. After that, one major thing will be happening in your life, Mr. Javed. That is higher education and professional education of children. I think, am I right, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Because every parent, every friend wish that his or her kids gets the best professional or higher education. But for that, Mr. Javed, you will be needing huge money. After that, once their education is over, naturally you will think of getting them married. But again, for that, you will need money. And lastly, Mr. Javed, you are in private service, you have a corporate, you don't have any pension, even government now doesn't have pensions. How you will enjoy your retired life, Mr. Javed, when you don't have any assured income in your life like pension after retirement? You will have to start accumulating very huge amount for retirement life, Mr. Javed. Mind it, what I am saying. So these are the milestones in our life, normal milestones, Mr. Javed. But if you feel that I have missed out something, you have something more milestones in your life, okay, I give you liberty, I give you leverage. Please add on those milestones in the first column. In the second column, Mr. Javed, now start putting the period when those milestones are likely to come in your life. Questions I will take after. Please keep putting your questions in the chat box. I will take all the questions once my session is over. But please keep it putting in your chat box. For suppose somebody says, Mr. Javed, that he's not married but likely to be married after 2 years. Okay, against marriage, put it 2 years. Likewise, 2 year, 3 year, 5 year, 10 year, 15 year, 20 year, last retirement, 30 years. If a man is around 30 today. Third column, Mr. Javed, is very important. Suppose somebody says that I will be needing minimum 10 lakhs for my marriage. Put it 10 lakhs there against marriage. But Mr. Javed, you will appreciate that today you are thinking that 10 lakhs would be okay for your marriage. But after 2 years, Mr. Javed, because of inflation, it might be insufficient. Because you might be needing more than 11 or 12 lakhs because of inflation. So please keep factoring in inflation in the amount which you are mentioning against each milestone. Two major milestones I want to tell all of you, Mr. Javed. Mr. Javed, can you tell me what is the cost of an MBA degree from a reputed MBA institute today in India? What is the cost, normal cost of two-year regular degree of MBA? Around 20 lakhs, sir?
20 lakh, more than 20 lakh, I think.
Yes, sir. Around 20 lakhs. I take it to 20 lakhs.
Yes.
But Mr. Javed, 20 lakhs today. But when your children will go for higher education after 20 years, because you are very young today, when your children will go for higher education after 20 years, suppose your age is 30 today, Mr. Javed, 25 years. Have you ever imagined what will be the cost of MBA degree after 25 years? Same degree, same institute, Mr. Javed.
Yes, sir.
Today it is costing 20 lakhs. After 25 years, it will cost, Mr. Javed, not less than 2 crore rupees. Mind it what I am saying. Because
Yes,
of inflation.
inflation.
Because of inflation. And suppose perchance you have got 2 children, Mr. Javed. After 25 years, you will be needing not less than 4 crore only for higher education of kids. One more thing I want, and I want you to be scary, Mr. Javed. Not you, but all participants. I want you to be scary. Because,
Yes, sir.
because if you are scary, then you will work hard. The purpose is very simple.
Yes,
One more thing I want to tell you. Suppose, Mr. Javed, your age is 30 today. And you say that you are managing your monthly expenses at around 30,000 today. 30,000. After 30 years, Mr. Javed, when you will be becoming 60 and getting retired, have you ever imagined what will be the cost of living and what money you will need every month after 30 years? Today it is 30,000, Mr. Javed. After 30 years, for the same standard of living, no extravaganza, my dear friends, Mr. Javed will be needing not less than 2 lakh rupees per month because of inflation. Per month at the time of retirement. And Mr. Javed, one more negative thing has started happening. You will not be getting credit of your salary which you are getting today because you are getting retired. From where you will get 2 lakh rupees per month and literally 25 lakhs per year. That is why I keep emphasizing in my session, my dear friends, those who are in private job, those who are in corporate, those where pension is not there, please start accumulating your retirement corpus right from the first month when you start earning. That's very, very. And how much retirement corpus you should have, Mr. Javed? A thumb rule is there. Your retirement corpus should be not less than 20 times of your annual expenses at the time of retirement. And we have just broadly calculated, Mr. Javed, is 25 lakhs in a year multiplied by 20. What it becomes, sir? 5 crore. 5 crore only for retirement life, Mr. Javed. Now you make the total of the last column and you will be scary. And I repeat, I want you to be scary. Mr. Javed, a normal middle class, salary class person who is around 30 today, will be needing not less than 10 to 12 crore rupees for his or her milestones only. And Mr. Javed, in 10 to 12 crore rupees, I have not included your monthly expenses from 30 to 60 years. That I excluded. Please mind it. Now, from where you will get, Mr. Javed, 10 to 12 crore rupees? Tell me, my question is very simple, not to you, but all the participants. From where you will get? Mr. Javed was telling me before the program, when we were in conversation, that, sir, I have made an arrangement. Mr. Amitabh Bachchan KBC show has started and I'm going to KBC and I will earn first prize of that 7 crore. So that at least I will manage this amount. All the best, Mr. Javed. You might have money for your milestones. But Mr. Javed, what about the other lakhs of persons? 1 or 2% can win a lottery even. 1 or 2% can get things like that. But what about lakhs of others, Mr. And all of us can win can't win the lottery. All of us can't win the first prize in a Amitabh Bachchan show or for that any other show. Yes, my dear friends, now I want to give you confidence. Earlier, I wanted you to be scary, Mr. Javed. But now I am giving confidence to you. You all can have 10 to 12 crore rupees in your life, my dear friends, for your milestone, provided you start working right from the first month of your earning on your savings and investment, as we had discussed earlier. And if you do, I can give you confidence, my dear participants, particularly young ones. You will all have money in your life that you will be needing for your milestone. And the chart, Mr. Javed, which you have just prepared, first column, second column, and third column, it is called financial planning. And I request all of you, and I emphatically say here, Mr. Javed, every earning person must have his financial plan in place as early as possible. If you have not made your financial plan, please do it. It's not a rocket science, damn easy thing you can do after discussions with your family. Give some time to make your financial plan, but the financial plan must be in place as early as can. Why am I emphasizing, Mr. Javed? Because I feel that once you have financial plan, now the financial goals are broadly clear before you. How much money you will need at what time for what purpose. And Mr. Javed, psychologists say that those who have defined goals, including financial goals, they work hard to achieve those goals. So please set your goals, and that can be done only through financial planning. So that is why I attach utmost importance to the financial planning. So I will request all of you, my dear friends, those who are earning, please do develop your financial plan. And those who are students here, I will request them, once they start earning within the first year itself, they should have their financial plan in place. Because once financial plan is in place, Mr. Javed, now things are very, very crystal clear before you. How much money you will be needing for what purpose at what time, broadly. Then naturally you will work. So that is why the importance of financial planning. And one more thing I want to add here, which is the eighth wonder of the world, Mr. Javed, that is power of compounding. My dear friends, power of compounding is eighth wonder of the world. And not me, Mr. Javed, Einstein, the greatest scientist ever, has told this. Power of compounding is eighth wonder of the world. And what is power of compounding in investment, Mr. Javed? Have you given any thought to it? Very simple. Power of compounding in investment simply means, Mr. Javed, that you will have to make a promise with yourself, not with others. Mind it. Only with Javed making a promise with Mr. Javed only. Mr. Abid will be making a promise with Mr. Abid only, not to third person, not even a closest family member, with yourself. You have to make a promise, Mr. Javed, with yourself. What is the promise? Whenever I will earn some return on my investment. Naturally, when you will save and invest, you will definitely earn return, not today, Mr. Javed, not tomorrow, but down the line after 5 years or so, you will start earning return on your investments. So whenever I earn return on my investment, and Mr. Javed, it might be 500 rupees, it might be 5,000 rupees, it might even be 5 lakhs rupees. That return I will not consume for my personal affairs, for my family affairs. What I will simply do, I will keep reinvesting that return, not once, but always for the next 20 years. Very easy promise, Mr. Javed. You say, yes, sir, we should do it, we will do it. But Mr. Javed, it is very difficult to execute in life. Why I am saying that support down the line after 5 years, you get a handsome return of 5 lakh rupees on some investment. You have committed that this 5 lakhs rupees will be reinvested. But your whole family will be behind you, Mr. Javed. Arre, let it be, yaar. You have earned 5 lakhs rupees. Now we are going to Switzerland, not less than that. At that juncture, you should be very clear. No, this 5 lakhs rupees will be reinvested for another term. Of course, you will go into Switzerland. We will make extra efforts. We will make through which we will have generated some income, and we will go to Switzerland. That's a different thing. But this 5 lakhs rupees will not be consumed. It will be reinvested. If you do it, Mr. Javed, again, I tell you, it is not easy. It is tough. But I keep telling in my session, Mr. Javed, every individual should do some things which are tough, but not impossible. Because that will polish your personality. That you can make commitment and discipline in your life. That is why power of compounding, I again repeat, if you follow it, Mr. Javed, down the line after 20 years, you will be happily surprised. You can't even dream today. You will be happily surprised that your return portion has become much, much bigger than even of your original investment. Mr. Javed, that will be happening not today, not tomorrow, not in a short period of 5 or 10 years. It will be a journey of minimum 15 to 20 years. That is why investment success, my dear friends, requires your patience. It's not an event, Mr. Javed. Unfortunately, now young generation are more focused on event. Everything in their life is event. But my dear friends, life is not an event. It's a process. So is the investment. Please understand, you have to go through the process to get success in investment. So is in life. So these are the basic things I have told you. I don't know whether Mr. Javed might say, sir, you have taken much of our time in such very small things. But I feel, Mr. Javed, these are the basics of investment success. Unless and until we understand these concepts, we might not be a successful investors. Now, next 10 minutes, if Mr. Javed permits, I can talk about the products available in the market. Mr. Javed, have you got 10, 15 minutes?
Yes, sir. Carry on, sir.
Are you finding it useful?
Yes, sir. Very useful, sir. We are very thankful to you as you gave us some valuable information about investing, about saving, and so on, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. So the product available in the market has different categories. The first category is governmental small saving scheme. Government of India has got some small, and I'm not marketing any of the scheme, mind it. I want to make it very clear. I'm just putting before you the different schemes available in the market But my intention is not to push you any of the products. No, that is because I will not be getting anything out of it. But in a fairness, it is necessary that I should put before you all the products available in the market. So the first category available in the market is governmental small saving schemes, Mr. Javed. And the first scheme which I feel very, very good for the particularly for the middle class, salary class person, Mr. Javed, it is called Public Provident Fund Account, PPF. Public Provident Fund Account. It's a very good scheme of the government of India, which has twin benefit of tax exemption. When you invest in PPF, you can avail tax exemption under section 80C. But when you earn interest or return on PPF account, no tax is payable. So on both the account, it is tax exempt. PPF account can be opened, Mr. Javed, in any of the post office or the major branches of the banks, including J&K banks. Minimum amount you have to deposit, and the tenure of the scheme is 15 years, 15, and you have to deposit minimum 1,000 rupees every year to make it operational, but that will not serve the purpose at all. Mind it. What I am saying is you have to deposit the maximum amount of 1.5 lakhs every year. Minimum amount 1,000, maximum amount you can deposit in the PPF account every year is 1.50 lakhs only. And the scheme is for 15 years, Mr. Javed. But after 15 years, you have the choice of extending it for another period of 5 years. After completion of 5 years, you can again extend it for 5 years. Likewise, you can carry it on till you need the money. And I feel personally that you should give minimum 3 extension to your PPF account after 15 years. That is 15 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5. So literally 30 years.
30 years.
Suppose, Mr. Javed, you are 30 today, suppose. And you open a PPF account and you are religiously depositing 1.50 lakhs every year in PPF. After 15 years, when you become 45 years, Mr. Javed, you will have a corpus of 41 lakhs 68,000 in PPF account at the prevailing rate of 7.10 because it keeps compounding every year. So you are depositing every year 1.5 lakhs and you are earning interest and then interest on interest. After 15 years, the corpus you will be having, Mr. Javed, is 41 lakhs 68,000 and you are at the age of 45 because you have started at 30. You keep extending for 3 years at the age of 45, then at the age of 50, and then again and last at the age of 55. So when you become 60, Mr. Javed, and you are going to retire, and you are continuously depositing 1.50 lakhs also every year for last 30 years. So at the age of 60, Mr. Javed, when you have run this account for 30 years, you will have a corpus of 1 crore 58 lakhs. In the first 15 years, you will have a corpus of 41 lakhs, but next 15 years, you see the magic of compounding. Next 15 years, it will become 1 lakh 58 lakhs. Oh, 1 crore 58 lakhs. So it is a very good scheme and that is absolutely safe. It is a government scheme, not a private scheme. No risk at all. After PPF, I am just mentioning the name of the scheme. I don't have time. Otherwise, Mr. Javed will also say, sir, you are taking much of your time. That is why I'm just summarizing. I am just mentioning the name. If you are interested, you note down the names, participants I am telling, and you can get the details from the websites and Google. Second scheme is National Saving Certificate, NSC. National Saving Certificate, NSC.
NSC.
National Saving Certificate. N for Nagpur, S for sun, C for cat. NSC. In short, it is NSC. Full name is National Saving Certificate. Third one is Kisan Vikas Patra. KVP.
KVP.
Kisan Vikas Patra. Yes, KVP.
Kisan
I'm just mentioning the name. Those who are interested can go to Google and get the details. Fourth one is, Mr. Javed, is RBI bonds. RBI, Reserve Bank of India, also keep issuing bond to the public regularly. Taxable bond and tax-free bonds. Those who have got higher income should take tax-free bonds, and those who have lower income should go for the taxable bonds. In taxable bond, the return is higher. In tax-free bond, return is relatively lower as when we compare one another. Fourth one is, Mr. Javed, is governmental securities. Government also sell its securities to the public by raising loan. And earlier it was not so convenient for all of us, particularly middle class, salary class person to invest in government security. But Mr. Javed, last year, RBI has started a website. Please note down the name of the website, not to Mr. Javed only, all participants. RBI Retail Direct.
RBI
Retail, RETAIL, Retail.
Retail Direct.
Direct. It is a name of the website. You go to the website, get yourself registered by giving the basic information they want, including your bank details. Then you can start investing a small amount of 1,000, 2,000, 10,000, whenever you have money. And all these schemes are giving between 7 to 8% return today, around. But the beauty of these schemes are, I will take your question. I noted your question, my dear friends. I will take it. Beauty of these schemes are, Mr. Javed, is that there is no risk at all. But at the same time, my dear friends, when there is no risk, the return will be reasonable. Sometimes even be most reasonable. So the choice is yours. If you want to take high risk, then these schemes are not for you, very honestly speaking. But here, if you want to go for safety, then they are 100% safe, but and with reasonable return. So apart from that, in government, apart from that, you have banks and post office saving schemes also. You have got bigger corporates, government companies like railways, ONGC, NTPC, BHEL. They also raise loan from you by issuing their debentures and bonds. You can also subscribe those loans and invest your money. All these are under the umbrella of governmental small saving schemes. And my dear friends, there is no risk, but the return are reasonable. So if you are satisfied with the reasonable return, you can go for these schemes. Beyond that, Mr. Javed, most of the schemes are private schemes, but one scheme I mentioned to here, that is only meant for the girl child. Those who have girl child at home, Mr. Javed, whose age is less than 10 years, mind it. If you have a girl, a daughter, or your brother has got it, your sister has got it, or in your family got a daughter whose age is below 10.
10 years.
The condition is below 10. Yeah. Then very good scheme of the government of India only for the girl child. The name of the scheme is Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana. Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana. It is meant only for the girl child. And the purpose, Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana.
Yes, sir.
Basically, it is meant that every girl should get best higher education, and every girl parent should have least problem in her marriage. The purpose of this scheme is like this only. You can open 2 accounts if you have got 2 daughters. Maximum 2 daughters are available in a family. Minimum amount you have to deposit in the scheme, Mr. Javed, is 1,000 rupees in a year, but that is not going to serve the purpose. Maximum you can deposit, just like PPF, Mr. Javed, here is 1.5 lakhs per year.
0.5 lakh. That will be benefit.
In each account. If you suppose you have got 2 daughters, then each account 1.5 lakhs. And the return government of India, Mr. Javed has promised that it will be give highest return to this, highest. And today it is 8%, which no other government scheme can give you, except 8.20% for senior citizen saving scheme.
Yes, sir.
For all other, it is 7.1, 7.2, 7.6. But in Sukanya Samriddhi, it is 8%. Very good scheme of the government of India. You just get the details. Then one thing happens here. Every individual should not put all eggs in one basket, which simply means that you should not put all your money in government scheme only. But at the same time, Mr. Javed, you should put your savings into different schemes. Some government scheme, okay. And I personally feel that a normal middle class, salary class person should invest around 15 to 20% of his or her total investment in governmental scheme, because that will give you a strength of safety. You should not put all your money in schemes which are riskier. But at the same time, you should develop some safety also. So that is why at a thumb rule, 15 to 20% of our investment should be in governmental small saving scheme. Because diversification is a necessity to manage your risk and to manage your return also. Because suppose you have got 100 rupees and you put all 100 rupees in government scheme only, then you will be getting only reasonable return. Sometimes even less return. But suppose out of 100 rupees, you put 20 in governmental scheme, 80 in other schemes which are private but have got high risk, but more rewarding. So what you are doing, that you are balancing your risk.
Sir,
Yeah. So diversification of asset allocation is one of the key elements of your investment success. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Try to invest in different schemes, some which have low risk, some which have moderate risk, and some which have high risk. So your risk will automatically be managed, and so will be the return. That is why diversification of investment is very, very important. Now, after that, after governmental scheme, you have got real estate and property where to invest. I am not an expert. I leave it to you to decide how much money you want to invest in government, in real estate and property. Then gold is there. And Mr. Javed, gold has historically been one of the products where our earlier generations were investing. Because we were finding it very safe, absolutely safe. And you might not be knowing Mr. Javed, in particularly war times, even the governments of the country start accumulating gold. In the period of uncertainty, an individual middle class salary class person will go for the gold, because that is the most safest one which we think. And so the government also, like Ukraine war, like this Palestine and Israel war, even government, if suppose it continue for months together, you will see the gold price will go up. Why? Because even the governments of the countries will start accumulating gold. So gold is the safest form of investment for the middle class, salary class person also. And it is not today, Mr. Javed, for centuries together it is there. But unfortunately, our female members of the family are purchasing gold through jewelry, Mr. Javed.
Yes, sir.
But that is a losing proposition, my dear friends. Please go and discuss with your female family members today. That is a losing proposition. Why? Suppose you purchase today gold jewelry at the rate of 60,000, 10 gram. After 10 years, suppose your wife says, we are going to, now the design has become obsolete. Newer designs have come. I'm going to change my jewelry for the newer designs. When she goes to the jeweler, what he will say, yes, ma'am, we can purchase your gold, but we will cut 35% making charges. Then again, 5 to 10% purity charges also. So literally she will be losing not less than 40-45% of the price. So it is losing proposition. That is why now government has come out with a very unique scheme. Please note it down what I am saying now. And please go and discuss with your all female members of the family, and not only your family members, your relations also. The name of the scheme, Mr. Javed, is Sovereign Gold Bond Scheme. Sovereign.
Foreign.
Sovereign.
IGN.
Sovereign Gold Bond Scheme. It is
Gold.
a bond. It is a
Bond.
very BOND bond.
Yes, sir.
It is a
Foreign.
very bond. It is a very good scheme of the government of India. It is a very good scheme. Yes, very right. Thank you. BOND is not correct. BOND bond.
BOND bond. Yes.
It is a government scheme, firstly. So there is 100% safety, no risk at all. Secondly, government says that now middle class person should not invest in physical gold, because that is a losing proposition we just discussed. In sovereign gold bond, government is giving you two benefits, rather three benefits. Firstly, the tenure of the scheme is 8 years, Mr. Javed. For 8 years, you have to invest your money. Minimum amount of investment in sovereign gold bond, Mr. Javed, is 1 gram gold price. Price of 1 gram gold. And the maximum amount you can invest in sovereign gold bond, Mr. Javed, is 4 kg gold price. Minimum 1 gram, maximum 4 kg gold price of an individual. If you are you have got 4 members in the family, you can invest 4 into 4 kg. So individually, the minimum limit is 1 gram, maximum limit is 4 kg gram. The first benefit government gives it, that government will give you guaranteed interest of 2.5% for the next 8 years every year. Annual interest of 2.5%. Suppose you have invested, Mr. Javed, 1 lakh rupees. For next 8 years, you will be getting every year 2,500 rupees in your bank account. Automatically. No need to go somewhere. Automatically, you will get the credit of 2,500 every year for the next 8 years. This is a small benefit. Second benefit, Mr. Javed, is suppose today you have invested when the gold price is 60,000 1 gram. Oh, sorry, 60,000 10 gram or 6,000 per gram. And Mr. Javed, after 8 years, suppose the gold price goes to 8,010 1 gram or 80,000 10 gram. And Mr. Javed, you will agree with me that during last 30-40 years, gold price have not come down. Am I right, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Every year it is increasing. Sometime abnormal increase, sometime normal. In a very short period, it might have come down for 1 or 2 months. But for longer period, it has always gone up. So suppose, Mr. Javed, after 8 year gold price goes to 80,000 10 gram or 8,000 per gram, then government of India will return your money at the rate of 80,000 10 gram. So what is appreciation in the gold price will also be given to you. Apart from interest, and the third benefit, Mr. Javed, is it is tax exempt. No tax on your interest income plus the appreciation in the gold price. No tax will be there. So it is a very good scheme of the government of India. Please get the details, and you can open the account online also, Mr. Javed. Online and offline, both you can open the account. But when you open the online account, now government is encouraging online transactions. Suppose you open the account online, Mr. Javed, then you will also additionally get 50 rupee discount every gram. Suppose the rate is 6,000 1 gram, but when you go for online, you will have to pay not 6,000 but 5,950. So this is a good scheme. I personally feel, I'm again saying I'm not interested in any of the schemes. I'm not saying that this one is good or this one is bad. I'm just putting before you all the schemes. Choice is yours because money is yours. You have to take a call according to your risk appetite and your time horizon of investment. And lastly, where you can invest, Mr. Javed, in mutual fund. And now there is a flare of mutual fund in all youngsters. And I'm happy to share with you, Mr. Javed, that literally 16,000 crores are coming in mutual fund through SIP, and 90% of the SIP investors are youngsters like you. So youngsters have awakened. They have become aware that they need money and they can make money out of their money. So mutual fund is an indirect way of investing in security market. You are not directly investing, you are giving your money to the experts. But the purpose is very clear in your mind. I am giving my money to you, Mr. Expert, which are technically called fund managers. I am giving my money to you, invest my money as per the broad contours of the scheme and generate maximum return for me and give back to me after deducting your expenses, which are strongly regulated by SEBI. And mind it, mutual fund is a product strongly regulated by SEBI. Mr. Javed, it is not a Ponzi scheme. It is not a cheat fund. It is not a like that thing. It is product strictly regulated by SEBI. So mutual fund is an indirect way of investing. There are three broad categories of the mutual fund schemes. One is equity fund. I don't have time. Otherwise, next time when Mr. Javed will give me time, we will discuss minimum 2 hours about the mutual funds only, because that is a big subject to understand. My dear, I have told you very clearly, assets which are not backed by guarantee, particularly sovereign guarantee, are riskier. Assets which are backed by government, particularly governmental scheme, they have got least risk or no risk. So I again tell you, twice is yours. Asset allocation, I already told you. Try to diversify your investment in different assets, different financial products. Don't concentrate all your investment in one product or one category of products, that through which you can develop efficient asset allocation. So mutual fund, Mr. Javed, is an indirect way of investing. The first category is equity fund. In equity fund, Mr. Javed, your money will be invested into the equity share of the corporates. Risk is very high, but probability of high return is also there. And I repeat here again, in economics, basic rule is there: more risk, more reward. But it doesn't mean high reward if you take high risk. No, that is not the notion. Probability of high return increases when you invest in riskier products. So you are taking risk. So there is a possibility then you might be rewarded with high return, but there is no guarantee. If somebody gives you guarantee, he's not telling you the truth. No guarantee at all, but probability increases. And historically, equity fund, Mr. Javed, last 10 years have given 15 to 80% return, majority of them. 15 to 18% return last 10 years. So equity fund is riskier, but those who are young, like Mr. Javed, I want to tell all of you, start investing in equity fund, but be a long-term investor, Mr. Javed. It should not happen that you invest today and you withdraw tomorrow. Again, next month, you know that is not the case. You are not going to earn good money out of it. If you want to make good return on your investment in mutual fund, particularly equity fund, Mr. Javed, you have to be long-term investor. And long-term simply means minimum 5 years. Minimum 5 years, maximum 20, 30 years, great. Unimaginable return you will have. But minimum horizon should be 5 years. So first category is exchange traded funds, my dear friends, relatively are less riskier as compared to equity funds, active active equity funds, because your money will be invested into the indexed companies only, which are on the top category of the company where it will be invested. Return might be reasonable as compared to equity fund. For equity fund is the first category. Second category is debt fund. Debt fund in Mr. Javed, your money will be given as a loan to the corporate. Mind it, the difference. You see the difference. In equity fund, your money will be invested into the equity share of the market, equity shares of the market of the company. And every day market goes up and down, equity share goes up and down. So there is a high risk, but there is high reward. But there is only no guarantee at all. It might go up, it might go down. But long run, history says in long run, market will go up. So you will be getting good return over a period of 5, 10, 15, 20 years. Second category, debt fund, where your money will be given. And third category is hybrid fund. Hybrid fund simply means some of your money will go to the equity and some of your money will be given as a loan. The best way of investing by the middle class, salary class person in mutual fund, Mr. Javed, is through SIP, systematic investment plan. And my dear friends, SIP is a magic. SIP is a magic. And how it works? You start investing very small amount every month and continue with the 15, 20 years. After 20 years, you can't imagine how much money you will have. Because it will be having multiplier effect. Every year you will be getting return on return, your money will keep multiplying. SIP is a magic. And it is just like a recurring account in banks. You might have opened some recurring account. Every month you are depositing some amount. So SIP is a magic. You can start SIP, Mr. Javed, of minimum amount of 500 rupees. Maximum, there is no limit. And those who are students here, they can start SIP even of 100 rupees out of their pocket money. And I will encourage all of you, please do think of starting SIP. Again, I am saying I will not be getting out of it. But with conviction, I am saying I'm a practitioner of mutual fund for last 25 years. I have been investing in mutual fund for last 25 years, and it has been a phenomenal journey for me. So SIP is a magic for middle class, salary class person. They can start SIP. And now one more attraction has been added to it, Mr. Javed, that is top-up SIPs. Top-up SIP simply means that this year you are investing 500 rupees a month. On today itself, you can give a communication to them that next year, after 1 year, my SIP will be not 500 rupees, but 550 rupees or 600 rupees, whatever you want. So you can give a direction or advice to the mutual fund company today itself. Every year my SIP will be step up by 10% or 5%, whatever it might be. For top-up SIP is a great idea because your saving will keep increasing every year. So will be the return over a period of 5, 10, 15 years. So very good idea. SIP is a magic for all of you. And I know a lot of my friends, Mr. Javed, who have got multiple SIPs. Not one SIP, but 5, 6 SIPs running together. And every SIP has got a distinct role. One SIP for purchase of house. Second SIP for purchase of car. Third SIP going on vacation. Fourth SIP for higher education of children. Fifth SIP for marriage of children. And last SIP for my retirement life. So you can have multiple SIPs. Continue with the SIP for the longer period. I minded. The crux I am telling you, forget about the movement of the market. Market will always go up and down. Today down, tomorrow it will go up. Again, tomorrow it might go down. You continue investing through SIP for a longer period of 15, 20 years. a magic will happen in your life. You will have crores of rupees in your hand. And top up SIP, please follow that religiously also. I don't have time, otherwise I could have explained a lot of things about mutual fund, but Mr. Javed, sorry for it because of time constraint. Next time I will mention, give more details about mutual fund. Last two things I want to mention. One is never invest your hard-earned money in Ponzi scheme, chit fund and committees. And Mr. Javed, these are all fraud. I am very blunt on all these things. They are fraud. They will promise you doubling your money in 4 years or 5 years, but they will never. They can't. They don't have any business model. They simply will vanish with your money. And in Kashmir also, lot of fraudsters are having their shops, promising you doubling your money, this and that thing, this incentive, that incentive. Mr. Javed, you are an educated person. I know you will never invest in such bogus scheme, fraud scheme. But Mr. Javed, I am giving a social responsibility to you and to your team. Try to educate as much people as you can around you. You're an electrician, you are a plumber, you're a peon, you're a carpenter, you are a shopkeeper, you're a rickshawala, try to educate them whenever you get time. Always try to tell them, my dear friends, never invest your hard money in Ponzi scheme chit fund on the pretext of higher return or promise. It will never materialize. You will lose your money. So it is your social responsibility, and I am requesting Mr. Javed to take it forward. Lastly, I want to tell all of you, my dear friends, Mr. Javed, are you there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Last thing to you, and not you, to all my participant friends. Mr. Abid, Amin, you are also there. Thank you very much. Last thing I want to tell Mr. Abid, prosperity is your right. Mr. Javed, every individual had got right to be prosper. And my definition of prosperity is not becoming a Mukesh Ambani, Mr. Javed. My definition of prosperity is very simple. I should have money for my basic needs. I should have money for my family needs. I should have money for having comfortable life in my life. And I should have money for my reasonable desires. So that is my prosperity. That is the prosperity of middle class, salary class person. And Mr. Engineer, Mr. Abid Amin, it is your right. You have got right to be prosper. And my dear friends, prosperity is not luck at all. Mr. Javed, unfortunately, we believe on luck much more. That I feel is not the proper thing. Prosperity is not a luck, Mr. Javed. I don't know whether you will agree with me or not. I again repeat, prosperity is not luck, but it is an effort. Mr. Javed, we have to make effort. For our prosperity, we will have to make effort. And if you make sincere effort, what we have discussed today, Mr. Javed, I can give you confidence that you will all be prosper. So don't depend on luck. Work hard. Alert, be aware about your money and saving and investing your money. And one thing might be in mind of some of the participants, Mr. Javed, might be, not all, but one or two participants might be there who might have deep in their mind think that they are not from good families. They are not from wealthy families. They are not from rich families. Mr. Javed, I want to tell them one thing. Birth in a poor family is not a curse at all. I again repeat, Mr. Javed. Birth in a poor family is not curse at all. But living as poor and die as poor is a curse, my dear friends, which we all can avoid by managing our money right from the day we start earning. If you do it, I can give you confidence that you will definitely be prosper and enjoy your life, and you will have money you need for your life. Thank you very much. God bless you all.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. We are very thankful to
Thank
you,
you,
sir. Give the valuable time for everyone, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
God bless.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
God bless Mr. Abid Amin.
This
God
was very wonderful session. Thank you so much, sir, again.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. God bless you, sir. Really, it was a wonderful session. It was informative. informative session. बहुत कुछ सीखा आज हमने, बहुत कुछ how to beat the inflation, आप कहाँ पे निवेश करेंगे, आपके पास how to manage the money efficiently and effectively. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you.
God bless you all. Khuda Hafiz.
Khuda Hafiz.
And if you have got any question, you are welcome to ask the questions. If you have got any question, please come forward and raise your hand. We will unmute you and you can ask the question. Otherwise, we are closing the session. Any question from any participants?
Sir, I have already the question in the chat box, how to develop an effective as well as good return portfolio asset allocation. And
I've already answered. I've already answered your question.
Yes, yes, I have answered this question, but thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. God
Thank you.
God bless you all.